Happy Sunday, traders, and welcome to Optional Enterprises watch list for the week. So my watch list pretty much has stayed mostly the same. I'm going to go over a few of the ones that I've added, and we'll also briefly touch on some of the ones from last week that I still believe are in play. We are just waiting for them to catch a bid. So we're going to start off with Neo. Neo, I had told you last week we wanted it to hold this support level because we had a piercing pattern here. We've sold off more, and you can see that the volume has not been decreasing. It's actually been staying relatively the same. Regardless, see if I can clear up some space in my chart here. So regardless, we see we've got a hammer right here. So I think ultimately Neo is still good for a pull back up to the 264s area. And we want it to hold this. This one's going to be a slow comer, but still I think worth staying on the watch list. So we're going to continue to watch this one. Ultimately, this week we're looking for a rise back up to this 264, and then ultimately a rally back up to 323, and then up to 433 again. And okay, so Tiva, you can see that we've pulled back. We got that reversal that I had mentioned. Couldn't hold this support level here. So what we're looking for is for it to hold this multi-year support, which it could still come down a little lower to here, and then we're going to want to go long from there. This will be a quick pop when it happens, but it is going to happen. So Intel, last week I told you we were looking for that pop after this consolidation. We actually did get the pop, and now we are now selling onto this 10 EMA. I still believe Intel's got a lot further to go. So we're going to hope for it to support right here on this 10 EMA. And then ultimately we want it to get back up to around the 47.94 area. So that's going to be our price target for Intel. Zynga, this is a new one. This one has triggered a pretty strong reversal. You can see that we actually got that at the beginning of the week, last week. And my expectations is for this to actually continue to sell if we cannot hold this trend line right here. So if it does rally above this trend line, then this would be an entry for continuation, and ultimately get back up to the 655 areas. Halliburton, you can see that we are holding this support level very nicely. We wanted to break this resistance level for a pop up to maybe 23, 26. So that's about, if you're a risky player and you decide to play off increasing volume come Monday, then you might be looking at around a $2 or $3 move. But if you're more like me and you're going to wait for this to break right there, then you'll get about $1, which is still 100% of a 50-cent delta, so still not bad. NVIDIA, okay, so we're holding the support level, but just barely. If we can't hold this level, then I think it's going to follow AVGO's example and continue to come back down and continue with some distribution and accumulation. Newmont, this one, I'll be watching this one pretty close this week. I do expect a pullback to this trend line, at least by, this might not happen this week, but I do see a pullback coming for this one. So that's if on Monday we can't close above this resistance level, then I would say it would be time to go short on it. But if we do break it, then we're looking for a moderate rise up. But there's a lot of you can see a lot of chop in the way before we actually get anywhere. So that just depends on if markets open green and gold decides to rally or not. Next, we've got Starbucks. This one I'll be watching very closely this week. I expect a pullback to the 81.52 area, so that's about a $3 move or 150% on a 50-cent delta. So this one is going to be, this is my top pick of the week. We can see we got strong volume, but the indicator has shown strong reversal, so I am inclined to believe it. Exxon. Okay, so Exxon, again, with oil catching a bid like it has, this looks like a flag pattern to me, so I am definitely wanting it to hold this support level, and if it can hold that support level, then we want to see it get back up to the 75.37 area, which is about a dollar move, and then ultimately a breakout above all this chop here. Tesla, this one I think went a little high too fast, but we've got a confirmed flag pattern here on the daily, and it's holding the support level. So I would say if it can hold the support level, maybe chop around there for a little bit, look for some increased buying volume, and look for a break above this 223 area. Roku, we can see some strong selling. We've got a 50% retracement into this large green candle. I think ultimately Roku's coming back down to 100.02. So I think if Monday opens up and we see some selling, we could definitely see that $100. And if it catches support at the 100, then this might be an entry for long. But if it breaks the 99, then I will definitely be going short on this one. Again, I keep entering short positions, making little bits here or there. Friday, I ended a short. That was actually a good day. Thursday, I thought it was going to happen, and it just rallied back up. But luckily, in the morning, we got some large orders for the sell, and I still think Roku is a short. So Procter & Gamble, this is another one that's on the top watch. This is my second top. I believe that this is due for a short, and we're going to see 108.18. That's the target for that one anyways. So that's about a $4 move, or that's about a 200% return on a at the money option if you decide that Monday morning we see some opening selling pressure and we can break this 110.64 area. I would say that would be an excellent area to go short on Procter & Gamble. So American Eagle Outfitters, I said this one was a strong reversal, but we were waiting for some better signals. So we've gotten those signals the last two sessions, got some strong volume. So I would expect possible retracement back to the 10 EMA, consolidate there for maybe a day or two, and then ultimately a move back up to 1830. So let's go ahead and bonds. So I had said earlier last week, last Sunday, I believe I said when we were right here, that if we could hold the support level, going long was the option. Had you done that, you would have caught about $1.50 in price action there. So that's a good little move there. Again, if we can't break that trend line come Monday, then I think we're going to fall back down to support. And if we break this support level, then TLT will become a short. But remember, Fed week is this week. We've got Fed meeting on the 18th and the 19th. And depending on what they say is going to dictate where bonds are going. So this is another one to keep a close eye on this week. It's definitely going to be tradable this week. So we want to keep an eye on that one. Abbott Labs. This one has triggered a strong reversal. And again, we're looking for a reversal to the support level of 80.15. So that's about a $2.70 move, which is, and we can see this is strong support though. So if it does in fact hold there, then this might be another chance for an entry at a long position. And this would be my third pick for the week. So Fox has triggered a reversal, but we haven't gotten any real great signals here. This is encouraging, but this doji candle that it ended on the Friday session tells me that we might see some retracement back into this green candle, and then if it can hold there, maybe we see a rise. Just been triggered, but it's on watch, so we're not going to go over that one too much. Baidu. We can see that we are holding our support level pretty well after reaching our price target last week. I said if we had broken there, then that would be the time to go long. We, in fact, got that move. Now, if we can just hold this support level, I can see us breaking this price target once again, and then possibly getting up to the 123.50 areas. So, target. Target. So we can see that we're holding this trend line here. And ultimately, I think target is going to be a pullback. Let's see if I can fix my time access here. This doesn't seem to be wanting to cooperate. Okay, so that's a little better. So ultimately, if we can't break this resistance level this week, then I believe target is going to be a pullback. And we might see a pullback to maybe around 83.38. So that's about a $4 move. Let's go ahead and annotate that. I should have done this already. Let's actually look at the high of this candle, 83.48. Call that support. And we're going to show all that. All right, so there's our support level. If we can't break this resistance, then I would say a pullback to 83.48 is where we're going to see. We'll see some resistance along the 10 EMA. But ultimately, I think a pullback to our 20 EMA is what we're looking for there. Mosaic. So Mosaic, we caught support on this multi-year support. We've got some strong volume, strong selling candle that broke below the 10 EMA. I'm going to wait on this one. It was a good play last week, but this week we have seen some not great indicators here. So this one's just kind of chopping around right now. So we're going to just leave that one out. Kohl's Corporation. This one, again, we can see it's starting to form what you might call a possible support line here. Still no great signals on this one, but the reversal is triggered, so I think this one is definitely due for a shoot up, but it just hasn't been triggered yet. So I'll be watching it this week, but nothing major on this one. Under Armour. So I don't think this is the one that we want to use. Maybe it is. Let me just see here. All right, so yeah, we want to stick with the Under Armour. I did annotate the other chart. I think this one is going to pull back to support. So let's see if we can compare that to the other Under Armour. I must just be going right by it. There it is. Okay, so same with this chart. I think Under Armour is going to pull back to go off the high of this candle right here, 24.69. So I think Under Armour is due for a pullback. So we'll call that support. On the right, on the right. So ultimately, I think Under Armour is going to pull back to the support level of 24.72. So that's about a $2.30 move, which is still some good money if you decide to play a short position. And if we can hold there, then we might see Under Armour actually try and fill this gap. Nordstrom's. So Nordstrom's has been, again, with the retail sector being what it is, if we can't get above this resistance level, we see we already failed once. We are holding this 10 EMA, so Under Armour could be looking for a pull to the upside and maybe around 33.77. So we'll go ahead and put that as our price target. And we're going to just put a little note here for us. Okay, so yeah, this. I think this one might be good for about a $2 move. We can see that we've got some strong candles and it's staying above that, but it just keeps breaking off at this resistance area. We want to see it break that before we decide to go long. Goodyear Tire, I said last week, was a good chance at reversal. We let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can see that we are now holding this as our support level, the 10 EMA. So what we want to see is some increased buying pressure, and then look for a rally to around 16.16. So just like that, and we're done there. So Las Vegas Sands Corporation, I said, was a good chance of reversal last week. And you can see on our last week's chart, we got that very well. We got the rally up. We held it, and we are now currently holding support. So if we can hold this support level, we can maybe see a rally a little bit higher. But I think this one is played out for the time being. But I'm going to keep it on the watch list because, like I said, reversals don't just end at the first pop. First they consolidate and people accumulate, and then you look for another pop back up. Glue Mobile has been triggered. This was triggered last week, and we can still see that we've got some buyers trying to come back in, selling off, holding in this big candle here. I'm going to keep this one on watch, but I do not believe I want to do anything with this until I see some confirmed buying, and I definitely want to see it get above this 745 area before I do anything with it. So Under Armour we already went over. This is the other one. Again, I would be playing this one the same way. We're at around 23.85. I'm looking for a pullback to around 22.70, so that is about a dollar move or 100% return on a 50-cent delta. American Water Tower. So we're holding support, and this is a very strong stock. If it's so long as it holds this 10 EMA, I would say just stay out of this one for now. We got the short that we wanted last week. If you played it, you got about $2 or $3 out of it. Actually, no, looks like we got a little more than that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so Monday morning, it looks like 212 down to 208. Yeah, you got about $4. $4 on the Monday morning alert. Okay, so Wynn Resorts. This one again has got it's kind of a flag pattern, but we're holding this 10 EMA. We are now above our resistance level. We want to see it get above this right here, this 117.95. And from there, we could be looking for a rally up to the 121.70s. So we'll go ahead and annotate that real quick. So like I said, if we can get above this resistance area, then I'd be looking for a rally to about go to the low end of the candles. Always like to be conservative. 121.22. AMC. AMC is another one that has triggered a very strong reversal. We've got a very strong volume candle there. This one is going to be one of my top picks for the week. And I can see this one making it to the lower end of this candle here, so around 11.19, which isn't a huge move, but if we can break that 11.19, then I'd be looking for a price target of about 12.01. So we're going to go ahead and annotate that. So XME still on the watch list. Like I said, with reversals, they don't happen all at once. First you get your pop, then you get some consolidation, distribution, and then you get another pop. So the key, I think, for successful option trading is not to be scanning for those large moves every day. Looking at your Amazons and your Teslas. When you're trading a small account, I think the best idea is to focus on a list and a defined set of parameters and follow those. If you look at just about any rally, any strong reversal. You can see we get a pop, you get a sell, you get some more pop, and you get a little bit of sell, pop, sell, pop. It's just a cycle. So everything that I list on my watch lists, they're going to stay there for a while. They're not going to go away. We're going to track them. That's the idea. That's what I'm trying to show you how to do. So, anyways, back to XME. We can see that we are now consolidating on this 10 or 20 EMA. We're above our support level. We didn't quite reach our price target of 27.05. Depending what gold does, we could reach that this week, but I'm not entirely confident about that. I think this one is going to consolidate for a little bit on. As long as we stay above this support level, though, I would expect a rally higher. Dollar General. This one has shown some confirmed bearish reversals, and we're just looking for a pullback to the 10 EMA on this one, which is around 132.90 right now. Really, more realistically, I would say 133.67. Big lots. So big lots, we've got a flag pattern with a consolidation here onto this 10 EMA. I think big lots is good so long as it stays above this 10 EMA for another rally back up this week. Bible Corporation. So this one was on watch last week, and we did get a pop, but we couldn't hold it. So we are holding this multi-year support. I still think this one is in play. We want to see it hold this support at the very minimum and then get above 42.26 and look for a rally higher. And ultimately, I think our price target is going to be around 45.54. So we'll go ahead and just mark that. Okie dokie. CME, this one we're going to leave alone for a while. We see that we have found, I told you last week that we were looking for a pullback to this support level. That's exactly what we got. I think it's going to hang around there for a little bit, and ultimately we might go lower. But I'm going to have to see some price action on this one because this was a pretty drastic move. Hershey, I am still short on Hershey. I'm not in a position, but this one has triggered a strong reversal, and I think this is just an attempt for these guys who got caught to get out of their positions, and I don't believe Hershey is going to break 139.34. I still think that we go lower and ultimately get down to one of these 100% retracements. So we could say 135.28 is the first price target, 134.45 is our second, which is about a $4 move on Hershey. AYX. This one we've got some very strong volume and consolidation. Before anything happens, we want to see it at least break this 99.78. But I do think AYX is an excellent short candidate, just has not produced any signals yet. Paysign. This one is a little hard to read. It has triggered a strong reversal. So we're going to watch this one. And maybe throughout the week I will throw out some updates. But that's it for my watch list. Hopefully it's given you guys some ideas. Maybe a few stocks to focus on. If you saw my watch list last week, you have seen that the indicator is pretty reliable. Some of them take a little patience. They don't happen right away. but ultimately they do end up going in the direction that we forecast. So again, I'll be posting my results at the end of the week for this watch list. I hope you're there to watch them, and have a great Sunday, guys. I'll see you Monday at the Open.